Now let's start by exploring the different complications that we have in terms of contract modifications, and then we are going to determine what type of accounting we are going to do, and after the explanation we are going to take a full and comprehensive case study in order to explain the full complications in this regard. The first question that you need to ask in terms of contract modifications is all about the additional goods and services. Are these additional goods and services is distinct? Let's understand the business case. You signed original contract with your customer, and it was included, and the performance obligation was included in this original contract, and the price was included as well, so everything was clear. After 1 month, the customer came to you and asks for an amendment to this contract. So in this amendment will include additional product and services. So the first question here that you need to ask yourself is related to, are these additional product and services in the amendment is considered as a distinct or not? What the meaning of distinct? I have explained it before in a different video, but let me explain it again. When the additional product and services are used in correlation and interrelationship with the original product, because there is integration, there is a customization, and these additional product and services cannot be used alone. So in this case, the additional product and services are not distinct because it cannot be used alone. It must be used along with the original product and services. So in this case, the additional product and services are not distinct. But if the additional product and services can be used alone, it is not necessary to be used with the original product and the services. So in this case, the additional product and services are considered to be a distinct performance obligation. So if the answer for this question that no, these additional product and services are not distinct, so in this case, you have to consider that the additional product and services is part of the original product, and you have to consider that this is part of the existing product, and you have to do some sort of catch-up adjustment to the original product, and we are going to explain this on case study. So if the answer to this question is no, these additional product and services are not distinct, so it will be considered part of the existing product, part of the existing contract and the original contract. In this case, you have to consider that to do some sort of catch-up adjustment. We are going to explain all of these complications in a case study. So let's understand only the concept. But if the answer is yes, the additional product and services is distinct or are distinct, so in this case you have to ask yourself another question related to the price of these additional product and services. If the price or the consideration related to these additional product and services reflect the standalone selling price or not. So if the price here of this additional product and services don't reflect the standalone selling price, don't reflect the price that the company is selling today, the same product and the services, so in this case, and the answer is no, in this case, you have to terminate the original product, the original contract. And you have to consider that the additional product and the services, along with the remaining product and the services from the original contract, as a one new contract, and you have to start doing your accounting accordingly. And why all of that? Because the additional product and services are being sold on a price that is different from the standalone selling price today. And this price might be related to the case that we have original product before with the customer. So in this case, you have to consider the additional product and services and the remaining product from the original contract as being one new contract. So you have to terminate the original product, the original contract, and we are going to explain all of this on a case study. But if the answer is yes, the additional product and the services are being sold on a standalone selling price, reflect the current selling price, so in this case, you have a separate contract for this additional product and services. So how many type of complications we have? We have one complication related to additional product and services not distinct. We have one complication related to the price of the additional product and the services in case that they are not reflecting the standalone selling price, and we might have both of these two complications together in one case. So you are going to combine all of these complications in one case. And if the answer of all of your questions is yes, yes, so you have here now a new contract which is separate completely from the original contract, and you have to account it as usual separately from the original contracts. This is the conclusion of the contract modifications. Now we are going to take a case study to check how to analyze the case, and this is very important. We need to understand how to analyze the case, how to go through this case question by question, type and by type, in order to determine, are we in a first type of modification, or are we in the second type of modification, or do we have the two types of modifications together in the same case, and what we are going to do in terms of accounting. Let's see the case study.